Hi, welcome back to class. And this week we are moving on. And so we're moving on to chapters 4 and 5 of the text. And we're going to look at political parties and interest groups and social movements. And so this should be a pretty interesting week. We are also going to continue on with our Westboro Baptist discussion. And I will get through our assignments here. I also have posted directions for the letter to the editor assignment, which I initially had due the 3rd of June. I'm moving the date to June 10th. So I moved it out for a week just to give you some time to get it done. I prefer you get it done early because there will be an extra credit opportunity if you want to get this published, and I will explain how to do that at the end of the next video. So next week. So first, all you're going to do is you're going to work your way down our list. So you're going to continue on with our discussion about the Westboro Baptist Church. And so we're going to use them to have some critical thinking skills built. And so you're first going to read all of the yes discussions and all of the no discussions from your classmates. And each of you was asked to write both a yes and a no side to this, which I know is very difficult to do with a discussion like this. But it's what people think about when they have a real discussion. They think about, the opposing side. So I want you to read both all the yeses and all the nos. And after you're done with that, I want you to post an initial post to the final analysis thread. So you're going to post at least, a couple paragraphs discussing this. I want you to actually analyze what your classmates have wrote and what you have thought about this. You've had time to think about it slowly. You've had a couple weeks to have this kind of work in, and you're going to formulate some kind of idea, and then read a couple of your classmates' posts and post some responses to them. But you must read all the no and yes posts to get full credit for the assignment. Then you're going to read chapters 4 and 5 of the textbook. These are very interesting chapters. I think the whole book is great, but these ones usually have people pretty interested, and they're things that set up things that we can discuss later on in the class. So we may move on to more social movement discussions if there's still activities up that we were working on in the last year with us. So you're going to complete the quiz 4 and 5 quizzes, and then you're going to post. There's more posts this week because I'm trying to get some assignments moved from being drop boxes to being discussions, because I think they actually teach better that way. So you're going to post one initial post to week 4.1 discussion. Do not start responding to this until midnight on the 3rd. And then 2 initial posts to the week 4.2 discussion. And both of these have videos to watch. Then there is a lobbyist and lobbying drop box that you will have to complete as well. So again, these will all be due by the 3rd at midnight Mountain Time. I'll just work my way down here and show you what we need to do. So here's where you're going to post your final analysis. And you have your quizzes. And then we have 2 videos from Vox. And they discuss how political parties have realigned. And so this is something that gets discussed. I notice it a lot in social media. People say, well, the Democrats were at one time the party of the Ku Klux Klan, and it's kind of a odd discussion because it leaves out the idea of a party realignment and how the Democratic Party actually dumped a very large group of voters to move in a different direction, after the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act passed. And at that point, those voters, a lot of them moved to the Republican Party. And that's one area that actually has a lot of people interested in these discussions and how this happened and how realignments happened. So these 2 videos get into that. and then you'll have a chance to discuss this. Then there's week 4.2. You'll have to click on this. I did notice in some of your writing that some people have discussed the idea of lobbyists. So there's a really good video where we have Jack Abramoff talking about his role as a lobbyist. Watch the video. I know you'll have some good key points to discuss. And then we have Toby Chow talking about social movements. And so there'll be a discussion there. And with that discussion, you're going to discuss what kind of social movement you could get behind. So it's a little reflective. You're going to identify a social movement that you personally would support and discuss why you would support this movement, and also discuss your level of commitment. Remember, when social movements take off, there's various levels of commitment people have. Some people are happy, showing up at a protest and waving signs. Other people do not want to be seen, but they will have discussions with people about it. And then there's people, I think about the civil rights activists who were willing to take physical beatings to push for voting rights. And, how committed are you to what you're discussing? Then there's a drop box on lobbyists and lobbying. And so this first video is a C-SPAN video you're going to watch, and it has Mansour Olson, and he's going to explain why lobbying organizations, how they work. And so he's testifying for a committee that's investigating how these organizations work. It's kind of an old video, but he gets to the point in 10 minutes and gives a lot of information that otherwise would be a lot of reading to do. And then we have John McCain. It's an older video, actually when he was running for president. But I believe it's when he's running for president. But it's an older video. And in this video, he is discussing the idea about special interests maybe having too much power. So you'll move on to those. And then we have the letter to the editor assignment. This is a fun assignment. But I want you to follow this idea on how to work this letter. And so what you're doing here is you're practicing having a political voice. This whole letter is only 200 to 300 words in length, and you're going to have to write on the topic about the biggest problem of politics in the United States today. You can go any direction you want with that, so if you're conservative, you take a conservative angle. If you're liberal, you can take a liberal angle. I don't care which direction you go, but I want you to try to find your voice and write. Keep in mind that you may want to publish this, because if you do, I will give you extra credit. I usually have quite a few students publish these letters throughout a semester, and next week's video I will show you how to do that. It's not very hard, and it's pretty fun. I'm pretty sure that I turned some people into frequent posters and into frequent letter writers. So if you have any questions, make sure you get a hold of me, and I will get back to you. All right. Well, thank you so much, and make sure you are posting your responses correctly. I'm noticing in the last discussion, I'm having more people log on once and maybe post one response and not go back on. This class is an internet class, but it's not an independent study. So I still expect, and the school still expects, for you to participate as a class. To do so, you will have to log on at least 3 different times a week and have these discussions. If you want to be successful, that's how you do it. If not, your grade will suffer. I really do see the importance of having a social learning environment even in an online class. So again, if you have any questions or you're unsure of how this works, reach out to me. I will get back to you. Thank you so much, and have a great week.